Hello and welcome back to the Apocalypse. My name is Vormithrax, I'll be your host, and this is episode 31 of our Let's Play for Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, the zombie apocalypse survival, horror, kill 'em, loot, build stuff simulator game. So what we're going to do now, if you're following along in the series, is do some more scouting. We just successfully managed to gas up our hot new ride, the Technical, and we've got about 92% gas in two 60-liter tanks. We're going to take a ride around the towns and see if we can scout out our position a little better. I think information is king, and knowing what our options are in regards to the local terrain, buildings, and zombie populations is critical. So I think we're just going to do one more day or round of driving, just purely for information purposes, and then we'll head back to our base and decide what we want to do in regards to fixing up the Technical or harvesting food. We got a lot of choices to make, so we're getting further and further into the wow, there's so many things to do, what do we work on next category that we'll have to start making some decisions. So first though, let's make sure we understand our local environment and the map and get some scouting done. So taking a look at the map, currently we're positioned right here. That's our home base. Last couple of episodes we kind of went north, picked up a few items up here in Madison, worked our way over this way, all the way up around Fitzwilliam, skirted down along this way. We didn't stop for much other than the occasional blueberry bush. Blueberries are in season now that it's summertime, so we've advanced from spring to the summer season. So we were picking some blueberries from some bushes so we'd have some nice fresh fruit. Managed to get some apricots as well, and killed a few animals that were being pesky, and grabbed some meat. So did a pretty good food run while we've been traveling, but otherwise we've been mostly avoiding things. We just want to scout out our area. So we followed this road up and found the ant nest. That's going to be a great source for meat up in this area. Pretty much an endless supply until, or if, we ever decided to deal with that ant nest. So we can always make a quick trip up there in our vehicle, kill some ants, butcher them for the meat, and we're good to go. So it's good to know we've got a nearly infinitely repeating food source up there. Then we came down this side, worked our way through the gap here, parked, checked out the gas station, managed to get our car in there, used our cash card. I think we burned off probably half of that thing, maybe 90,000 credits or dollars or future bucks or whatever they use for money, and managed to get almost a completely full load of gas into our Technical, and now we're going to take advantage of that. I think I've decided, since we've got the gas, the only downside is the time of day. So while I would like to go up and around this way, well, let's look at the time of day. So it is now 7:13. We've only got about 2 more hours of daylight, and I don't want to be driving around in unknown territory in the dark. That's a good way to get yourself killed and or get your vehicle destroyed. There's just too many ways that bad things can happen that you can't see. So I am going to come down this direction. This is what I am most interested in, is finding out what's down around this area. So I'm going to cut straight through here. Depending on what the map unveils in this area, we'll make a decision. So we're going to go straight south and then angle a little southeast and see what's happening. So car's running, no. So we're going to take control, kick up the speed to 30. Let some time pass so it gets rolling, and then make our turn. Still trying to avoid the bushes. Let's zoom out a bit so we've got a little more sight range, and we'll just start moving. And I'll kick it up to 40. There's our first vehicle. Hopefully you've been following the series and you know what happened to that poor thing. We were not kind to it. Alright, so we're gonna work our way down this way. Nothing on our heads up listing here that we have to worry about. Alright, I think I will cut over this way, and then depending on what shows up, we'll kind of loop down. Check our time, so 9:17. Alright, we got moose on coyote action going on over here. Or moose on dog, I mean. Moose has already killed one dog. He's lightly injured. So this dog pack is gonna try to take down that moose. I'm gonna bet on the moose taking down all of these dogs. Moose are nasty. There's also a Rottweiler. He's moderately injured. I'm not sure if he's chasing these, Oh, there's a pack of skeleton dogs, too. Oh, holy mackerel. So there's 5 dogs, 3 skeletal dogs, and 3 Rottweilers. Huh. This might be entertaining just to park and watch the carnage over there. I'm not sure even the moose can handle that much. I'm not sure who's going to fight who, honestly. This is interesting. We're going to keep inside of that group. I want to see what happens. So over here you can see the moose is hitting the dog's hitting the Rottweiler. It's just an animal scrum going on over here. Huh. See, now I'm wondering if it's... What is this? Oh, these are the Rottweilers attacking the dogs. So there's 4 Rottweilers, 4 dogs left, and the moose. Oh, 5 dogs. So, well, this is pretty entertaining. So, it's not often you get to watch this kind of zombie on undead zombie dog on animal on moose combat. A whole lot of attacking going on over there. Rottweilers going after dogs, skeleton dogs going after dogs, moose going after skeleton dogs. That's pretty entertaining. We don't have TV in the zombie apocalypse, so we've got to make do with animals fighting to the death and undead critters joining in. Alright, so far they are 2 separate towns. Notice I still have not gotten a name plaque for this town. So I am going to... I'm tempted to bend around this way, but I really just need to find the edge of this section here. So we're going to head south. Much as I'd like to stick around to see the results of the moose on everything combat, he's heavily injured now, so I don't think he's going to finish taking off this, or taking down all of these things. That skeleton dog's uninjured. Got a Rottweiler, yeah, so I think that moose is going to go down, but it took a lot to do it. Another skeleton dog just died. Not sure how long we'll keep getting these update messages. The moose is still going after things. Alright, so we've got some smoker zombies to our south, at least one. There's the smoker zombie, another smoker zombie. Those guys aren't terribly dangerous, it's just the cloud that's the dangerous part. It obstructs your breathing, you have a hard time seeing, a hard time recovering your stamina when you get smoke inhalation. So it does have some definite effects, but it also prevents effective ranged combat because it obscures the zombies that are inside the cloud. And I've also got a problem with this line of bushes, so I'm going to end up having to swing around this way and then back out again, but that's what we're going to do. And start making the turn. Got a grabber zombie in there. I'd really rather not have him grab me and drag me right out of my moving vehicle. That would not be a good lesson. I think we're going to make it. Alright. Now that one we got to pay attention to. That's a zombie brute, so that's an upgraded. Basically it goes zombie, tough zombie, brute zombie, and there are ones above a brute, but he's one to pay attention to. You definitely don't want to not be aware of him. Tough zombie, tough zombie. How's our map looking? So, what do we got on the map? We got a dojo. Good source for gis clothing, as well as sometimes martial arts books, manuals to teach martial arts, which there's a whole complicated system of martial arts, of weaponry skills that we haven't even talked or covered yet. So we might get into that, but for this playthrough I'm not sure I'm going to delve into that whole system. It's somewhat complicated and pretty well fleshed out, so definitely something to be aware of, but I'm not sure I'm going to cover it in this tutorial. So another vet clinic, I think that's vet clinic number 8 or so that we found. The dojo, that's really all that's been uncovered. A grocery store, liquor store, a fitness gym. So the question is, do I keep angling out and then around, or do I cut in on one of these roads and take the risk of driving a road in a town I haven't cleared yet? It is 7:20. I am Debating cutting south along here and hitting the road. Let's do it. I'm going to cut inwards. We're still going to skirt these zombies. Alright, now we've got a bit of a pile down that way, and I've got to be careful now. That I don't like the looks of. As I mentioned, there is a chance that thing can grab me right out of the vehicle. That is super dangerous with this situation. And unfortunately, I have cut the corner so much that I am not confident that I can make this turn at the speed I'm going before this guy starts tearing up my car. We're going to chance it. Ah, damn it. We also have a bloated zombie down there. Alright, this is going to be somewhat exciting. Not what I was hoping to end up doing. I'm actually going to kick the speed up. Here we go. I really hope these spiked rams do their job. Okay, that one's dead. Alright, grabber zombie's dead. I would like to avoid him if possible, so I'm going to try to make an immediate turn and head off this direction. I don't want to encounter the acid zombie. So let's take a look at our map. Braintree! Finally! We have a name plaque. Alright, so the city we started in the very northwest, or northwest side and corner of the city of Braintree, which has Maynard to its north, and then Linnaeus, and then Madison, all piled right on top of each other. A little closer than I've ever seen. Alright, so, anything new? Electronics store? Ooh, a police station. Guns. Alright, we're gonna definitely swing out that direction. Another police station, more guns, an arcade, a bank, doctor's office, finally! Alright, the reason I'm happy to see the doctor's office, other than the obvious, meaning it's possibly got medical supplies, is we're also looking for patient records for the quest for the NPC back in our base. So, this area now became a hot area. This is the kind of place I was looking for. We've got a doctor's office for medical supplies, as well as potentially the patient records we need for the quest. We've got 2 police stations, which are good sources of guns. Plus we've got the dojo nearby that we can possibly get fitness manuals and or combat training from. So, and a vet clinic. So pretty important stuff. But we're going to have to do some more clearing to get over here. So for the moment, though, I am going to angle off to this side, work my way around this way. I want to avoid, if possible, just barely managed to avoid it. Alright, we're going to head out this way now. So take a look at all this stuff in here. We got batteries, flashlights got batteries, another flashlight's going to have batteries, stereo systems, game systems. Handheld game systems are fun. You can actually play little mini games inside the game, and that raises your happiness. So when you're trying to raise your morale and your focus, playing video games is a good way of doing it. A USB drive with Mathemax. It's a software program. I forget what it does. Ooh, CBMs. They've got compact bionic modules. So that's got a mini flamethrower compact bionic module. There's an internal storage one. Up here we've got a power storage CBM, another power storage, and an e-ink tablet PC. So, and a coffee maker. Oh, nah, we're stopping. Not really. Alright, so, an electronics store, another police station. That's not the same one, is it? No, that is the same one I had spotted earlier. So 2 police stations and the electronics store. All 3 of these now very critical. This place has the compact bionic modules that I've been trying to get by butchering the shock zombies. So, yeah. A mortuary, another arcade, another bank. I guess the banks like to be parked right next to the dual police stations. Alright, so we're going to keep angling. I'd actually like to have gone out around this way. I think I've got enough space to do that. I don't like traveling on the street, so we're going to slow down. Try to make this heavy turn. We just managed to do it without hitting those bushes. Cool. And I was trying to keep my eyes on that electronics store while we drove by. kind of take a peek in the window. Let's slow down while we do a drive-by. Nope, those lockers are in the way, so we can't see what's in there from the backside. Alright, we're going to kick the speed back up again and get moving. We're attracting too much attention. All the local zombies are coming after our loud car. Oh, hello there. What do we have here? So, take a look at this area. This is an electric vehicle. Whoa, mini reactor. There's a bubble car there. A mini reactor? I don't think I've ever seen a bubble car. This is new to me. This is why I love this game. Constant updates, constant additions, just massive amounts of variety. So even if you just take a short break from the game, when you come back, there's just so much new stuff to discover and to play around with. I don't think I've ever seen a bubble car. I'm not sure what a mini reactor is, but it sounds like it's a nuclear-powered vehicle. So I'm all sorts of excited to take a look at that thing. We are going to immediately do this. What is this building? An office tower. So this is probably one of those buildings that's got like 4 spaces to it, similar to the waterworks and the power substation. So it's a really big office tower. It's going to be a big building. I'm trying to remember, I don't think I turned Z levels on, so I don't know how many floors it might have that we can go up and down via the stairs. With the Z levels turned on, the experimental Z levels, some of the buildings have a lot of levels you can go up and down. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. Next thing I wanted to point out is way over here. We move the map. Remember we had gotten that additional quest from the refugee center. This is where it sent us. So there are 3 bandits, Jeffrey Groves, Laurie Dennis, and Raquel McMahon, hanging out down here in the forest. So that's the bandit camp that the refugee center wants us to go take care of. So we're not ready to deal with them quite yet. Bandits are full-on humans. They could have all sorts of armor, they could have automatic weapons or sniper rifles. It's hard to tell, but you definitely don't want to go after them without being pretty well prepared. I want to have much better gun skills and better ammo and gun supply before we go try to take them on. So, alright, so we're right here. I am going to cut straight south. We're going to see how these roads look and what other buildings and zombies are in that area. And then we're going to start cutting our way back over this way. So I want to get this section of the map uncovered. And I'm not sure how much further... I mean, this may be completely packed with buildings and shops all the way down through here. So we just need to keep heading this direction to get an idea. Alright, so we've got... I think that's an ambulance and then the bubble car. The other thing I wanted to do was right in front of that tower, we're going to make a note. Nuclear bubble car. And let's throw a question mark on there. Alright, I definitely want to make note of that. Alright, so let's keep moving. And I might... Yep, I managed to thread between those. Alright, we do have a bunch of zombies and critters on the road to our south. Nothing I'm too worried about if I have to run them over, so we're just going to keep moving. What is that one? Feral hunter. Alright, not a problem. Skeleton dog, don't care about. Zombie dog. A lot of zombie dog. A lot of various mutts running around of all the varieties. Alright, anything else get uncovered? A hardware store, a pawn shop. Alright, I think I'm going to cut... How's our time doing? We're at 7:30, so we're doing pretty good. We've managed to move a decent distance without chewing up too much time. I'm debating, do I cut around this way, or do I cut through the middle of town? I think we cut around. I think we've got enough time to cut around. Whoa, I gotta be careful of the speed. I had it up to 60. So we were moving long distances before I was able to take control. Oh, okay. This is the kind of thing you try to avoid. Coming around the corner of a building and having a herd of zombies in your face. One of them being a shocker zombie. He can toss his bolts pretty far. I do not want to get hit and stunned while I'm driving. I'm going to kick the speed up, and we're going to try to just tear on past here before he gets a shot off at us. So we're going to bump the speed up to 60 and just keep moving. Alright, I think we managed to clear it. We did. Alright. Having fun scouting. Ooh! Minefield. Alright, so let's, I'm going to detach the cursor. We're going to run down and look at this setup. So, we've got enough room to move our car down this direction. Minefield right there we got to be very careful of, so we're going to bring up the map again here. Move the cursor, and right here we're going to put another note, minefield, in big capital letters with a bunch of these. Alright. That's the kind of thing that if you're running at night and you don't notice the color change of some of these spaces or these little tiny signposts because it's dark and maybe your headlights don't work or they aren't on, and you just drive right into the middle of the minefield, kiss your vehicle and possibly your life goodbye. So, alright, so let's get our speed turned down again so I can regain control and have a better turn radius. Doing good. I don't want to run that thing over. That's an acid zombie. Okay, we'll keep moving. Bunch of vehicles, smoker zombie. Nothing too dangerous. Now we've got to look down this road, so I think we finally found the outside edge of this place. Alright, another new thing to talk about. So we got another gas station. That's good to know about. Just houses, hardware store. Alright, so we're going to keep working our way south along this road and then cut in, but I wanted to point out this little B. Notice up here, military bunker. Military bunker. So, you gotta know a few things if you're going to try to go into a military bunker. First off, you gotta have a military ID card, and I think we looted one off a soldier sometime early in our tutorial series. So, it's good to know where that's at. When we head back to base, if I remember, we'll have to double check our stockpiles of materials and see if we can track down the military ID card. It's important to have that when you approach the front gates because it's used to deactivate turrets that are inside the bunker, defensive turrets. So there are ways to fight them or get around them. You can be awful creative in this game with how you deal with things, but by far the best is, in this situation, just to have a military ID card that acts like a key or a pass. So we'll visit that at some point in the nearish future, but not right now. So we're just going to keep on moving, work our way south of these buildings, and loop across. So there's the gas station. Looks pretty similar to the setup in the last one we visited. We're not stopping for those blueberries. Alright, I'm going to kick the speed up again. We've got a pretty clear road. I think I can weave my way around there. Alright, right in the middle of the road here, so I want to take a look at the map, see what we've uncovered. So, we've got a bowling alley, furniture store, some houses, so nothing too exciting other than the gas station and the military bunker down this south area. So, we're going to keep moving. Alright, I'll just barely pass by that bush. Great. Angle up here. I want to be close enough that we can see the new buildings on the map, but not so close that we pull all the zombies to us. Oops, so let's bring this back up. Alright, so we're getting a pretty good look at the map in the area, so we're seeing what our options are. Music store, hardware store, another gas station. Cool, so we're going to be pretty flush with fuel for a little while. Now I'm trying to figure out, do we cut in on the roads to uncover this part of the city, or do we wrap around and then up? Let's keep going the direction we're going for a little bit further. And we've got a couple of Migos in the middle of the field here. 2 Migos at once. Man, is that bad news if you're not ready. Hey, here's one of those creks that I was talking about. So at last episode, 2 episodes, I can't remember now, I talked about the crek. This is also something that's not native. It says in the description to the right, a fat humanoid the size of a dog with twisted red flesh and a distended neck. It scampers around, panting and grunting. Usually they're not hostile. It might be, I think it's running from the Migos, possibly, because I don't usually get attacked by crek. So if we look here, it says hostile and it's got the exclamation point, but I'm not 100% sure that it's coming for me, but we're going to try to avoid them either way. I don't want to fight any of this stuff right now. Uh-oh. Dang it. Urgh. I'm going to end up running all these things over and trying to grab the loot from this pile. Let's look at these other ones. Oh yeah, I'm definitely going into these. Alright. And I need to do it before we attract too much zombie attention. Alright, we're gonna put our vehicle at risk. We're gonna try to run some more things over here. So we'll angle down, kick the speed up a bit so we get a good solid hit. The Krek melts away. So it basically got banished back to its own dimension. Alright, we're not sticking around here. We're going to just finish our mission because we've got a spitter zombie, the things I hate the most up that direction. But the reason I'm excited was because right here, if you look at the inventory to the right, excuse me, when I point at this space, notice the very bottom item says Science ID card. Science ID card. So both of these were scientists that were killed, and they have Science ID cards. And those act the same way that the military ID gets you into a bunker. Science ID cards enable you to get into the secret government research labs. We haven't found one yet, but they are super fun, but challenging. So if you're looking for an adventure, labs are one of the mid to high-end gameplay types of things to go into. A lot of variety, a lot of danger in the labs. But they're the source of some of the coolest things in the game. So I really want to get a hold of those ID cards for easier access into the labs. So we're going to bring up our map again, and I think it's not on the space we're in. I think it's right below that building. So right there should be close enough. We're going to say 2 times lab ID cards. Alright. And then we're just going to keep moving. Oh, notice this right here. Watch this area while I move. Hopefully we can see it happening. No, hasn't changed yet. That type of thing, where when you point at it, it says mounded dirt, can indicate worms, giant worms underground. And they'll pop out of the ground and start attacking you when they get close enough. So, something to be aware of. We're going to cut in this direction. We've got a fat zombie and a kid, so I'm not worried about them, but another minefield. Alright, so let's see. We'll go down this way. That puts us even with the minefield, so it's directly across the road. So it's going to be right here. So note, minefield. Alright, so do I try to bend up north of it or wrap safely around? I think it's better to go safely below and then wrap up the far side. So, abandoned storefronts, another fitness gym, pizza parlor. I think we had uncovered some of this stuff, so we're going to end up probably not knowing what's in this center section this trip. I'll try to bend up this way and get a little closer. We might spot some of these, but I think this interior area we're not going to be able to find out this trip. So we're going to go this way, then I cut across the southern end of the minefield. Bend our car that direction. And keep on moving. Alright. And we'll work our way back in so we can spot as many things as we can. Alright, let's take a look at the map again. So we got a few things uncovered. Radio station. Restaurant. Not too excited about those. A parking lot. So like I said, we can't quite get a view in here. I'm actually debating parking for a second, just running up just close enough to peek that direction. A little worried at what kind of zombies might be in the area. Let's travel north a little further, get to the end of this next building. Yeah, let's move. What do we got over there? I'm not going to get out of the car. We're just going to call it good. We'll spot what we can spot and be happy. So we got most of it, so might just be fields. There might not be anything to explore. Because you notice there's no roads adjacent. Usually there's going to have to be roads. So these two interior ones, these might just be nothing. So I'm not going to obsess over what might be over there. Alright, so restaurants and That vet clinic I think we knew about. Restaurant. Alright, well we got most of the scouting done that I wanted to get done, so I think now I'm just gonna get the vehicle. We're gonna take a trip back around this direction and then north up to our base. So we'll just get moving this way. Hello, acid zombie. We're not gonna mess with you. I'd rather just deal with you on the ground. Alright, keep moving. And it's coming up on 8 o'clock, so we've only got about another hour before the sun starts going down. We never did go in the cathedral, or finish dealing with the various zombies down this way. You want to come out and play with me, zombie? If you get run over, great. I'm not going to obsess over it. A couple of zombies wandering around out in the fields down here. I'm not sure what might have pulled them away from the town, but there's a number of them. Alright, we're just going to start working our way up north. Alright. Bunch of wildlife moving around. Not going to worry about them. We're doing pretty good on most of our supplies at the moment. We can move pretty good distances pretty quickly in a vehicle. Oh, look at all the blueberry bushes right around our base. Well, that's nice to see. Alright, let's just move up north here. Then I'll slow down and we'll do a U-E. Alright, we'll slow our speed down so we can make this turn. A little closer than I wanted to get, but right there. Alright. Make sure we're full stop. Stop driving. Hop out of the car. And get items. Let's grab Artsy first. Whoops, not you. Grab Cartsy. Apply Cartsy. Grab Cartsy. Alright, advance inventory. We'll make you the grabbed vehicle. And then there. Alright, we're going to leave some of the stuff in here. We're going to go ahead and take the smoker out. We're going to take the welder out. Don't need that there either. Tailor's kit. I don't think we need to repair our clothes. We'll take it just in case. We'll leave the duffel bag. Definitely grab all this stuff and all of the food items. We'll leave the metal tank. All of this can go. And we need the mask for the welder. Alright. Alright, so that pulled everything out of the vehicle. Let's check the condition of our vehicle. So we're down to 89% gas, so not bad. I think we were only at like 92 when we gassed up at that gas station, so we didn't use a whole bunch. Now, one thing that we do want to be careful about, somebody pointed out to me in the comments that one of our gas tanks is leaking. So this one here, the one with the red status, is got a slow leak. So we want to get that taken care of. We don't want too much time to pass like sleeping near the car where time passes in the reality bubble that covers the car, because it'll just constantly drip the fuel out. So we'll want to get that taken care of sooner rather than later. So let's take a look real quick. If I try to repair that and then pick the tank, you can see we only need mechanics 2, the glare protection, which we've got, and then the welder, which we've got, and it has enough charges. That's a lot of battery charges, but I think it's worth it. We want to make sure that we're not draining fuel out. That's a precious resource that's never going to come back. So I think I'm going to go ahead and tell it to repair. It'll take 27 minutes. And there it goes. So now that gas tank is green. So we have a fully repaired gas tank there. We have a second gas tank right there, but it is also green. Let's take a look, see if anything else is critical. Most of the stuff in the back I'm not as concerned about. I would like to get all of it repaired, but with the type of welder we have, we've burned through a ton of our battery supply. I need to get another source of energy and welding before we try to do that much. So I'm going to leave most of that alone. I am somewhat concerned about some of the front end where we've been smashing into things, so I may repair some of this frame so that we don't have stuff falling off. The headlight's almost gone as well. That's all looking decent. That quarter panel's gone. We'd have to replace it. And that headlight's damaged. So a lot of frame damage. A couple of the spikes are red, so I definitely would want to get some of this other stuff repaired, but we're going to back burner that for the moment. The critical one was the gas tank, so we won't have little gas puddles. That's what I believe these are. Yep, you can see little things of gas dotting the road. That's from this, and maybe the police car also had a gas leak. I don't remember, but however, got that taken care of. So let's run down into the base. And our magical fire is still running because we were out of the reality bubble. Alright, zoom in here. So we're going to call the episode to a close right there. Had a really good trip. I'm happy with what we got accomplished. I feel a lot better knowing how our map looks. So we got a pretty good route that we did in uncovering all the local town information. We got some nice places to visit in both Maynard and on the far side of Braintree especially. That area with the multiple cop stations and that electronics store. I really want to get over there and take care of that area. So we might look at taking the car out, parking it out in this field, somewhere back around this area, and then working our way in and trying to get those places looted out. So we got a lot of things to think about now. We can also take another trip out to the west and see what's on the other side of that forested area. So just tons and tons of things we could do. So I'll think about it in between the episodes, do some inventory management, and I hope to see you in the next episode. As always, please do use the like, comment, and subscribe options to let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you in the apocalypse. Bye-bye.